Could it be? But me, your mate, Louie T. Welcome to this quick network update. Let me first apologize. First of all, Merry Christmas to all of you who I haven't said Merry Christmas to already. And I've said it a million times beforehand, but I hope your Christmas was excellent. I really enjoyed my break that I had, and I hope you guys had a very merry Christmas filled with plenty of cheer. And I hope your New Year's brings a lot of health, wealth, and a lot of prosperity. And I am just getting back into town yesterday, late last night. So let me apologize first and foremost for not having the sheet ready for you guys. I was able to do that last night once I got home. But I didn't make it home until late last night, and I didn't have a chance to do that. So I want to apologize for that. But the sheet is up for you to put your picks in for Week 17. So go ahead and get those in because we've got a tight race down the stretch. I didn't expect it to be this close. I really didn't. At one point, I thought my man Sean Hawk would run away with this thing. And last week was a rough week for him, and it opened the door for a few people. And it's been pretty tight all year long. But I thought that there were opportunities for him to create a little bit of distance so that Week 17 wouldn't mean as much. But here we are, two-way tie for first place right now. And the distance between first and let's call it fourth place, it's only a matter of about 3 games or so. So, you know, in Week 17 is the most unpredictable week. You could throw Week 1 in there if you like, but I think we get a good feel for who's going to be good, who's going to be somewhat bad going into the season, and you think that you're going to make some smart picks in Week 1. Week 1 is a loose cannon as well, but Week 17 is the worst week to pick games because teams are going to be resting players that have already clinched and don't have anything to play for. Other teams, they're already out of the playoff mix, and you don't know where their mindset is. Are they playing to try to keep a coach employed? Have they already quit on a coach that's probably going to be fired? There are so many different scenarios that can play out. Teams that need it, teams that don't. Who's in, who's out. So it's so tough Week 17. So it could go a bunch of different directions. Someone that's 2 or 3 games off the pace could come back and win this thing in Week 17. So I'm just looking to try to crack the top 5. I missed it last year. I think I finished 7th or 8th last year. I'm looking to crack the top 5. I'm a game out. I didn't think I would even come close. There was one point where I was struggling so bad at the midpoint of the season that I didn't think I'd have a shot at the top 5. But these last 3 weeks, I've really stepped my game up and put myself in a position to maybe crack the top 5. I'm a game out, and I'm hoping that one more strong week will put me in the top 5, which was my goal from the jump, was to make the top 5. Really, the goal was to win, obviously, but you know, top 5 was what I was shooting for, and I have a chance to hit it. So, especially being that I haven't paid as close attention to my picks until lately, I feel good about being where I am. So, let's see if I can finish off this remarkable turnaround and see if I can't get into the top 5. That being said, the fantasy football leagues are done. Last week was the final round, was the Super Bowl, if you will, for those guys. And in my first ever fantasy football league, I did 2 this year. In League 1, the Cabinators, who really dominated that league all year long at 10-3, was the #1 seed. He held up his end of the bargain, took care of business, took that first round bye, and parlayed it into a trip to the Super Bowl and took care of business in the Super Bowl round and got it done. I want to say he took care of Nick at Night, who made a nice strong run late as, I want to say, a 3 seed, and took him down in the final round to come out victorious. And you know what would be pretty cool is if the winners from Week 1, or my first league and my second league, could play each other. In the second league, the Mackenzie Irishman, my man Kevin won the first round, and my man Sean Mack won the second fantasy league. He was 9-4 as a 3 seed, so he didn't have a bye week, and he was able to take care of business not once, not twice, but 3 times in the postseason to get the job done and come out victorious as a 3 seed at 9-4. So his path was not as clear as the Cabinators' path in the first fantasy league at 10-3 in the first round bye, but yet my man Sean Mack still came out victorious. So congratulations to those two for winning their respective fantasy football leagues. I also want to throw this out there. Next year, I want to have some kind of a prize for the winner. I want to do something pretty cool. I would like it to be a cash prize, but I might do something cool like a championship trophy or a ring or something of that nature. We'll see what we can do next year. But I first want to congratulate those guys, and I want to thank everyone for participating. Fantasy football, I'm not a fantasy guy, but watching you guys compete was pretty cool. So that's something that I want to put a little bit more energy into next season. And this was my first year doing it. I didn't know how it was going to go. And so next year, I definitely want to do it. And I want to put a little bit more energy and time and effort into doing that as well. So I just want to also come up and tell you guys that there will be no Sunday night football, even though I know it's a big game. I won't be home to do Sunday night football overtime, Colts and Titans. No Mariota, it looks like right now. Things could change. That situation is still fluid, but right now the word out on the street is that he's probably not going to be able to go tonight, and that's a huge blow to them if Blaine Gabbert has to go. Now, Gabbert has won a game for them this year against Jacksonville earlier in the season, if you remember, so it's not like this guy, and he came off the bench and lit the Redskins up and helped them get to this point where this game matters. So it's not like Gabbert can't come in and have some kind of magic and help them get the win, but right now with the way the Colts are playing, they're hard-pressed to win against an Andrew Luck-led Indianapolis Colts team with Blaine Gabbert at quarterback. But nonetheless, a lot of stuff to discuss, a lot of coaches potentially on the hot seat, including Adam Gase, which was a name that I didn't think would be in contention to be fired. But here we are, Week 17, and reportedly he's on the hot seat. I've talked about all these coaches that potentially are going to get canned, including Todd Bowles. I talked about Steve Wilkes in Arizona. I talked about all these coaches on my podcast a while back. So none of that has changed. Marvin Lewis may get fired in Cincinnati. I don't, until that actually happens, I'm not going to believe that that's going to take place. But in any event, we will definitely have a Black Monday video or a podcast of some sort this week for sure. So whatever happens, you'll see me this week. I will get back on a regular schedule for the postseason, and things will start to get back onto a normally regular scheduled programming schedule because of everything being out of the way, all the holidays and stuff being out of the way, and we can get back to business as usual. So expect me to be back in full force this upcoming week, but there will be no Sunday Night Football overtime. But make sure you get your picks in. If you're in winners and losers, I know I'm a little late, I'm a little tardy, but the option to put your picks up was available since about, let's call it 3 or 4 last night or in the morning. So get those in. I don't want to stop anybody from potentially having a chance to move up in the rankings. So get your picks in. And again, I apologize for the tardiness. I've been out of town and haven't been able to get to my computer. So get your picks in, and we will chop it up this week. As far as Redskins fans are concerned, I'm going to do a video quickly after this one has met its conclusion. There will be no Redskins Rapid React after the game today. Again, I will not be home, but there will be Redskin videos to come. I'll give you my quick opinion on the DJ Swearinger situation because I haven't voiced my opinion there. And I'll kind of wrap with you guys quickly before I get out of here. So I will see you guys, separate stream for the Redskins fans quickly as we address some things and get some family business in order, some housely duties cleaned up before we get to the Week 17 finale, and what changes won't be made and things of that nature. And so, again, thank you to all of you guys who have participated in any of these endeavors this year, whether it was the Survivor Pool, whether you participated in any week of the weekly football pool, or winners and losers, or the fantasy leagues. Thank you so much. Again, you guys make the season so much more enjoyable when you participate in these things. So once again, I salute you guys for your participation. Thank you so much. And congratulations to all the winners. Money Miz winning the Survivor pool. Sean Mack and Kevin for winning the fantasy leagues. And we'll crown a champion, a new champion. What we can guarantee is that BE will be nowhere near the top 3. He was number 2 last year and really was the MVP of the league last year. He will sniff nowhere close to the top. Carmen Rana, who has made a late charge, will not be your champion this season. We will not have a repeat champion. So we will crown a new champ here on Winners and Losers this year. The question really remains, who will that be? Will it be one of the guys that are tied for the top spot right now in Sean Hawk or Ginger Callum? Or will someone come off the pace and take the top spot in Winners and Losers in week number 17? We will see. So, Redskins fans, hang tight. Gonna start up another stream. We'll chop it up quickly, and I will talk to you guys a little bit later on in the week. Remember, if it's not your man T, it's not the best NFL coverage. It could be. I will see you guys later. Get those picks in. And again, I apologize for the tardiness, but it's up. Get your picks in. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good one.